Hi everyone, Rene with WHYAMIGREEN.com, and finally ready to get going with my planting. I think I'm a couple weeks late, but hey, better late than never. So anyways, last video I showed you that I got all these seeds from Survival Garden Seeds, okay? So what I did is I chose all the seeds that I want, and what I'm going to do is I'm starting early, so I'm going to be growing. Well, let me go ahead and show you the ones I'm going to be planting today. I've chosen my peas. I have 3 different kinds of peas I'm going to do, and I have some California Wonder peppers. So those need to get an early start, so those I'm going to plant. And what I have for later on in the year is I've decided to do a little herb garden. I'm probably going to do this maybe sometime next year, next week probably. And I have dill and lovage. My wife's from Eastern Europe. They put a lot of lovage in their foods, their soups and all kinds of things like that. Some basil and some spinach. Spinach, I think I'm actually going to do like a microgreen type thing. Just have a couple trays, put them on here, put the lights and let them grow about maybe that long and mow the lawn and make a salad and keep it going that way. I've always wanted to do that with spinach and maybe some other small things. So that's what I'm planning on doing with those. And let me move these seeds over to the side, because then what I'm going to do later on, we're going to do cucumbers. Now I have an odd type garden system I'm going to be doing. It's right out there. I'll show you in the next video, but I'm going to be growing from containers, from those 5-gallon grow bags, okay? And the grow bags are going to be, instead of putting them in trays like I've done for the last few years, I'm going to put them in kiddie pools. Those small, I think they're about maybe 4 foot wide from end to end. Those, some people call them kiddie pools, some call them dog wading pools, you know, those blue plastic swimming pools they have. And I've got 4 of them set up already on the deck. And I'm going to have them connected with hoses, and they're going to be all watered together, so it'll have holes so they could keep about 1.5 inches of water in there, and put my bags right in there. So all I have to do is water a central bucket, and it'll keep the whole system going. If you look on some of my early videos, you'll see one I did with, I think I had five kiddie pools all connected, and in those 5 pools I probably had close to 85 plants. Did that about 5 or 6 years ago, but it's in a past video, so I'm doing a similar system to that. And I'm hoping to have frogs and little fish swimming around and everything to kill the mosquitoes and everything, so it's going to be a fun thing. Another video. And what else? Oh, anyways, the reason I even brought that up, because in my grow bags, what I'm going to grow is what I did in the past was I put corn on the cob in the middle, and I put string beans going up on the side so they can climb the corn on the cob. I had corn that was like 10 feet long, and my string beans were 23 feet long. They went all the way to the 2nd story into the door on my deck from a 5-gallon grow bag. And I'll explain about how grow bags work, because they can grow unlimited. They never get root bound if you do it properly. But this year, instead of doing regular corn, these Survival Seeds found has a couple that I've always wanted to try. Popcorn. So I'm going to put some strawberry popcorn. It's red, and some of this regular, I think that's a traditional Japanese hullis popcorn, hullis, and another one. So I'm going to have those. Those, and then maybe 1 or 2 of those in the middle, and I'm going to have string beans around them so they grow up. And I'm only going to do that in a couple bags, because in a couple others I'm actually going to do a red, what do they call that, a sunflower autumn beauty, and a big mammoth one. So I'm going to have sunflowers in the middle with green beans growing around them. I don't know how they're going to do, because I know that green beans and corn is something about they put off things that each other need. So the green beans actually help the corn to grow bigger. And then going around, I'm going to have marigolds going around them, because we have cats and little varmints and squirrels and all kinds of critters down on the downstairs garden I'm going to have. And that keeps them away usually. And I have carrots and radishes for later on. And as soon as they're able to go up, they have a thing called pollinator bee mix. I thought that was kind of cool. I want to get the bees coming around here, so I'm going to pollinate that. Now, you know, I pretty much got everything from there I wanted, except for one thing, which they have tomatoes, but Raluca wanted a special kind of a tomato called crimson tomatoes. I haven't been able to find seeds, but I know they must come from somewhere.
USA.
And yeah, they're American made. And so you don't need to get seeds. I'm going to show you a method of growing the same tomato by slices, by making slices. Let me go ahead and show you. It's a lot easier to do. Let me take this and bring it down so you can see what I'm doing here, okay? All right, so over here I've got a cutting board, and over here I've got dirt, potting soil. Now all you need to do for this, I'm going to try not to make a mess because this is going to be a little messy. So what you do is you slice up the tomato. Now this is a very meaty tomato, as you can see. There's not an awful lot of seeds. Okay, so it's a heartier tomato. It's great for what we call Italian sandwiches. And you can see all those seeds in there as I do them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of these, make some slices. I don't like to make them too thick because I'm going to plant the actual slices, and you don't want to make have it too wet because you don't want mold. So I want the inside here, so I'm going to get rid of a lot of the stuff that's just going to create wetness. Okay, taking off the meaty part, and if you could see right over here, see all those seeds? All you need to do is brush over some of the dirt here and put that down there and simply cover it up. That's all you need to do, and we're going to do that to a few of them, and hopefully in about a week I'll show you in a future video. I should have lots of tomatoes growing here. Let's see, I'm going to kind of, oops, not too much. You want to do it shallow too. Okay, now see what I've done here is I'm knocking out all the seeds. So that's the important part. We're going to take these seeds and put them all in here. And the nice thing, the reason why, why don't I just take the seeds like this and do it? Well, I can, but let's see, I'm going to put some of this in here with it. The moisture from the tomato keeps it going, so you don't really have to water it anymore. Let's see, how am I doing here? This one looks nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take half a slice because there's a lot of seeds on this part right here. See what I did? You can see the seeds there, and I'm going to put that right over here. So now I got some of my tomatoes ready to go. And look at the mess I just made. Okay. And I'm simply going to cover that up. Don't have to worry about it too much because they're going to be digging into the ground as well. So the tomato itself will be part of the, I guess you could say, the grounding. Now you notice I didn't take anything to mark this, so I'm going to put these two here. Just so I know the tomatoes on that side. How's that? Make that nice and even. Woohoo! So everything goes well. In about a week, we should have beautiful tomatoes coming out of slices. Now I got dirt everywhere, so let me get rid of some of this dirt. And let's see. And here's one of the parts we didn't mess up. So you can see it's a very nice tomato. And good. So crimson tomatoes, planting the slice. And hopefully it'll come up this big. I did it in the past with Roma tomatoes. I did it with some, they were carnival tomatoes, I believe it was last year. They were like ornamental type carnival tomatoes, all different colors. And They were good. And I also did it one year. I found a really nice cherry tomato that I liked, and I did that with the cherry tomato. So give it a shot. I think you'll have a good time planting your own tomato slices. And so I see that I have the tomato slices. Now I'm trying to figure out how I could plant the cheese and get some burger seeds and some bacon seeds especially, so I can make myself a nice bacon cheeseburger with tomatoes. Can you imagine that, having it all in one dish? But bacon seeds are really hard to find. So that's what I have for you. As for the seeds, you don't need to watch me. I just wanted to show you what I was going to have. So I am going to plant the rest of the seeds in this one here and another one. And when they start coming up, I will show you how I've done with this and with the peas and my peppers. So thanks for watching, and remember, if you're not growing, you're not green. Bye-bye now.